Whoa!
Whoa!
Here we go, y'all. Shit just got real. Yo, salute. Man, let's cut the intro, you guys. Breaking news. Our Raiders have officially cut defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. I believe Adam Schefter was first on the case. Wasted. Salute to you, man. You were having a great show before this happened. Salute to you, brother, for us allowing for us to do this together as a unit.
Oh, come on, brother. Listen, it doesn't get any better and any greater than the Graphk Waste of the Graphk show, bro. You cannot do something like this. Anytime something happens in Raider Nation, we're always together, and that's how it needs to be. Brother,
it's time to get to it, man. Adam Schefter tweeted out, ESPN sources, Raiders are releasing defensive tackle Christian Wilkins with a designation of terminated vested veteran. His time in Las Vegas is now over due to how Wilkins treated the rehab from his foot injury he suffered last season. The Raiders voided the remaining $35.2 million of guaranteed money left on Wilkins' contract last month. And today, Wilkins filed a grievance with the NFLPA. Then they also go on to say, with the Raiders voiding the remaining $35.2 million of guaranteed money left on Christian Wilkins' contract last month, and Wilkins filing a grievance with the NFLPA today, this situation is far from over. Tashawn Reed also says, Wilkins had surgery last October to repair a Jones fracture in his left foot due to a disagreement over his rehab process. So it sounds as though the Raiders, were looking at this a little differently than how he was looking at this. They decided to move on and voided his remaining guaranteed money. Now, Wasted, I got to ask you this, right? And salute to everybody in the building. We will get to the comments here in a second. We already got 2,000 people in the building damn near. So salute to you guys. I want to say this. This has to have something to do with the video that started to go viral. Alex Bach. Hey, Wilkins. you may want to make a call to Alex Bach.
Yeah, you might want to dance over his house and drop kick his ass for that video.
I'll tell you right now, the Raiders did not want to have it that way. They went their way.
And they don't ever want to hear you say.
Yo, and now Christian Wilkins is gone. I mean, how do you feel about this, Wasted?
Bro, you listen, you know how I feel. I went absolutely batshit the other day when I saw him dancing.
You did.
I went absolutely batshit. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a grown man league.
Yes.
It ain't no little kids here. And I've been saying the whole offseason, like, listen, this is a 6 to 8 week injury.
Yes.
This has been a year almost now.
Yes.
So there has to be some delineation between what they told him to do and what happened. I don't want to blame him because I don't know exactly what happened. But what I do know is this. The optics don't look good.
No.
Round and around don't look good. Now, you guys remember during last offseason, one of the few games that I pulled up doing the live stream, he hopped over Max Crosby's head. And I went fucking crazy. Yes, because I said, listen, you cannot play around like that, bro. You 360 pounds leapfrogging over somebody's head. You can break Max's neck. You can hurt yourself. You're a jerk off. Stop dancing around like an asshole. And now he's not a Raider anymore. So now I can just let it all out. Get the F up out of here. I'm so glad. I hate to see grown-ass men playing around like that.
Well, let me say this. I only liked the video because I thought that he was ahead of the curve when it came to his rehab. So now finding out, right, that it wasn't that. He was just out there dancing with some Crocs on in headquarters and having some fun with it, not knowing that he was ready to go. This is kind of crazy. We were assuming, right, seeing him dance. There was a lot of people in the nation saying, week 1 to week 4, he should be ready to go. There was a lot of people saying, well, the way he's dancing and stuff, it looks like he may be ready to go soon. The Raiders aren't playing. Wait, this new regime is not playing. Pete Carroll is very serious about his last run in the NFL. Everyone knows he is 73 years old, you guys. He has his last chance at trying to find a ring before he retires. John Spytek, this is his first time being a general manager in the NFL. He is not to be played with. He's trying to let it be known. This is a Tom Telesco pickup, y'all. This is not a John Spytek pickup. Okay, you want to play around, you want to laugh, you want to joke, you don't want to take your rehab serious. Well, guess what we're going to do? This is what we're going to do. We're going to move on from you. And now picking up 2 defensive tackles in the draft makes a lot more sense now, Wasted.
But bro, we were saying it the whole draft. So they must be on a different timeline. This is not their mistake, right? No disrespect to Christian Wilkins. When he's healthy, he is a tremendous player. Yes. But just because you're a tremendous player doesn't mean that you're a tremendous fit for the Raiders.
Yes, agreed.
The thing for me that I've saw this whole offseason, and we spoke about this on our last show, the premium that they put on players that are available and here.
Yeah, facts. I like what Greg just said. No way he wins this grievance if he declines surgery. Factory outlet. This can definitely be a situation where they thought something else and he didn't want to go about it that way. Once again, this is $1 billion company, you guys. You know, I understand that Christian Wilkins had $100 million contract. A ton of that money was guaranteed, but you have to look at it from the grand scope of things. This is major business in the NFL. And if you want to play around and you think just because you got all this guaranteed money, you can go about it the way you want to go about it, well, guess what? These guys are not playing at all. Real quick, let's get the supers in. Let's get the chat involved. Salute to the 2,300 people in the building rocking with us. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. Hit that subscribe button on both channels if you guys are not subscribed yet. Breaking news. Our Raiders have released Christian Wilkins, and we'll go over all the information here again shortly. Let's get, once again, the chat involved. I'm trying to find everything. Salute to everybody. The chat is flying, you guys. So if we miss out on anything, my apologies. Salute to John. He just puts the muscles up with the $10 special. We appreciate you. Salute to Marcos. It ain't a Raiders season without some BS. You know what's funny, Marcos? I don't see this as BS.
This ain't BS, man. You know
I don't see that.
I'm sorry, Greg. I didn't mean to
do your thing, brother. Do your thing.
But this is not BS, bro. You know what this is, man? This is a competent organization not sitting here and having a sight blindness to a guy that did not take his rehab seriously. They don't have it. If you're not a professional, they don't have no time for your nonsense. You know what nonsense would be? To sweep it under the rug and to allow him to stay here and to try to keep figuring it out. Yeah, going here and there, and if we all painted our asses purple, we can dance in a circle. No, we're getting you the F up out of here. Get that F up out of here.
And once again, these guys have no connection to this guy. You know what I mean? Once again, they're inheriting a new team. You know, they're drafting their own guys. They're going out in the free agency. They're bringing in their own guys. They made a trade to bring in Geno Smith. They have no connection. There's no ties to Christian Wilkins here. So look, usually the Raiders, and if they made a move like this, I would be pissed. I'm actually excited that they're going about their business this way. Once again, it's okay, Wasted, to have fun. Pete is instilling that in the culture, right? But once again, what do they say? Availability is the best ability. Yes, and if you're not going to go about it the way that they go about it, there's professional doctors in the building. These guys do this for an actual living. And if you don't want to play their game, well, guess what? There's no more games to be played. You're now free to go wherever you want. Salute to Rose. I am shooketh. Salute to my guy, man. Salute to Pacey and as well. And yeah, CGR, I'm fresh out the gulags. You know what I mean? Wasted. You know, he had me. I was blocked for a minute, but I'm back, man. I learned a lot in my little split second when I was in jail on Wasted's channel. Salute to Pacey. Beyond the dispute and the team's dissatisfaction with his rehab process, do you think someone was impressive enough the last few days at DT for the team to feel so comfortable doing this? You know what's funny, Pace? It could be a little bit of both. And I won't waste his opinion on this, but I think it's this. We're just not playing around with that. If we can free up a ton of money, and once again, he's going to fight this, you guys, and as he should, right? I don't think he's going to win it because there's all these videos of him playing around and doing this. I don't think he's going to have an opportunity to win any money with this at all. But they went out and got 2 guys. They went and got some. They like Jonah Lalu, right? They like him a lot, and I'm hearing really good things out of camp with him. And then they went and got their own guys. And JJ, Pegues, and they got Tonka Hemingway. And then they went and got the veteran 4-2 as well that I know they like. He was getting first-team reps at OTAs and mandatory minicamp. So, and Tyree's out there killing it at camp today, and he can kick inside and play a ton outside. They have depth there. And then Quentin Jefferson was just in the building. I know he left without a deal, but they can double back and bring him back in if they see fit. So, look, I like this move. Once again, you guys, this team is a fun team, but it's not to be played with. And I think Christian Wilkins was very immature, and you can kind of see it, by some of the stuff that he would do. And once again, I don't think that Christian Wilkins is a bad person. This is not me stating that he has a bad, he's a bad character or nothing. He always seemed like a fun, cool guy. But when it comes to business, you have to be able to conduct yourself a certain way. And it looks as though he's not trying to do that. Salute to Jacob. Appreciate you on becoming a member. We don't know what channel, but we just appreciate you, my brother. You guys want to become members, hit the links. It's pinned up top. It definitely helps us keep the lights on over here, man, at Shieldmore. Salute to Chance. Go get Trey or Micah. Damn, that's a lot of money. I don't think they're going to do that. No.
Bro. And bro, we lost a defensive tackle, not a defensive end.
Yes.
Be mindful of that. And to be honest with you, when you talk about defensive tackles, so most of the time we talk about the big guys up front in the middle. Mm-hmm. If you're lucky enough to have a Chris Jones or Aaron Donald, and that's just totally crazy to have guys like that, right? Or even Christian Wilkins when he's at his height, you're very lucky. But most teams that are successful kind of platoon those guys, and they have an assortment of guys that are good. Look, I've always said this, at a positional group other than quarterback, I'd rather have 4 good players than 1 great player. Because with those 4 good players, they get, you never get a break.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never get a break, man. The Raiders, what they're building something similar to what the New York Giants had back in the day, where you had a bunch of guys that are just good and you never get a break for them guys relentlessly rushing you.
But you know what, though, Wasted? I'm going to throw this out there. Let me know what you think about this take right here. I think that the Raiders' new GM, the head coach, and everybody took this very personal, right? Because everybody's available. Everybody's out there. Christian Wilkins is the only one that's not available. And what was said during that presser a ton? Max said it. These guys took this offseason very serious. They got healthy. They got JPJ is in great, great shape. Gino, great shape. They have preached constantly at these pressers that all these guys took this offseason very, very personal. So for them to see Christian Wilkins potentially playing with his rehab, they're like, what are we doing here? If we could free up some money, and regardless, even if we lose this, look, you know what? It would suck if he won that grievance and we got to pay him a shit ton of money. It is what it is. It's not like we haven't been here before. We've seen the Chandler Jones situation. We've been there before. But I think that this was the right move to make. Once again, does it suck to lose a guy like Christian Wilkins, that kind of talent, a top 10 defensive tackle at the NFL level? It sucks. But to be real, I think the Raiders thought we're not going to see this guy anytime soon anyway, because he's playing with his rehab. You know what I mean? So I think with all these other players, Max preaching it, all the JPJ preaching it, all these guys saying it out loud, it's kind of like a spit in the face. It's like everybody took their offseason very serious. But this new coaching staff, compete is the thing. And it looks as though Wilkins with the dancing and all the other stuff.
Hey, Graphk, I'm up here. I got a bunch of these things pulled up on Twitter, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm share my. Hold on. I don't want to get us flagged, right?
So while you do that, let me catch these supers while you do that.
Yeah, go ahead. I got it keyed up, bro. I'm about to.
It's all good. I can see it backstage whenever you bring it up too. 35 mil. Salute to Josh. Who we getting now? Laugh out loud. Salute Wasted and Graphk. Raiders. Look, I don't think we need to go out and get anybody. I mean, honestly, I think that we have a ton of players at that position right now that they want to see what they have there. Quentin Jefferson, once again, Josh, was in the building the other day, a former Raider that played really well for us back in 2021, I believe, that playoff year.
Yes.
So, maybe they circle back and they bring him in, but I don't think this is a situation where they're going to go out and try to make some major trade to bring in a defensive tackle. I think that they actually like what they have there. And, and I think that there's probably some things that'll come out a little later. I seen even Vic Tafer put some out there. Salute to Vic. He's covering the Niners. He kind of says something along the lines of like, I seen this coming because it seemed as though, and don't quote me on this. I don't have the tweet up, but it was like something along the lines of like, he wasn't taking his rehab serious. So a lot of these guys behind the scenes kind of know what's going on. We are still trying to figure out the ins and outs of this. I want to make some calls on a Wasted will as well. We're very well connected with a lot of these guys in the building, but this is just kind of like out of nowhere because even nobody's seen it coming. Nobody's seen it coming.
Yeah,
So,
but bro, look at this video, and this is one of the reasons why I got upset when I saw this video. Right, this is a guy with a small fracture, on his foot. Right, and he's leaning on his foot. He's putting pressure on it, dancing, screwing around. Doesn't have the proper support on his feet.
Nope.
I mean, are you showing the video now, bro?
Yeah, they're not even in sport mode, bro. They're not even in sport mode.
They're not even in sport mode. Now, you know what I told you about sport mode. You had your Crocs on. You know, like you're never supposed to come outside with Crocs on just in case you get into a fight or whatever. Yeah. But I told everybody, listen, when I put my Crocs in sports mode, I'm on your ass.
Bro, that is like going into a whorehouse without condoms.
That's right. You can't do it, man. Now
what are you doing?
Look at this man playing around, bro. Like, and no disrespect, and I'm not trying to be a prisoner of the moment here. I'm not trying to be a provocateur, and I'm not trying to be somebody to kick this guy when he's down, because I know he's hurting. It's a lot of money he's missing out on. Yeah. But this is a grown man league, bro. Yeah. Hey, what big boy saying ATL? It's a grown man game, right?
Grown man game, right?
Grown man game, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes some of these guys got to learn, bro.
Yeah. Keep that video up for a second. Salute the heat check. It's always something with this team. We can never have a smooth off season. In training camp, it's always some shit going down. It's still Raiders. Look, man, this was a necessary move, heat check. This is not problems. Christian Wilkins did not go out and get arrested. This is not a DUI situation. This is not a domestic dispute. This is a guy that sustained an injury, and it seems as though he is not taking his rehab serious. So I'm not looking at this as the typical Raider type situation. Once again, this new regime is not playing. I'm not upset the way they're going about their business. Salute to heat check. Salute to Ask a Bum. They even voided his money. Middle finger for sure. I mean, hey, look, you don't want to pay. What did that Cincinnati Bengals owner say the other day? What he said?
He said, yo, listen, I'm not paying people that, I forgot what he said.
Go to jail, you know what I mean, or something like that, right? But if you're not out there on the football field, like why do I want to pay you? And if the Raiders are telling him, hey, man, you need to do this in order to get back on the football field, and he's saying no, then guess what? You're playing with fire, Christian Wilkins. You are not bigger than the program. You are not bigger than the program.
Nobody's bigger than the program, my brother.
No. So, it is what it is. Let's get these supers caught up. See, Rob, these high-priced free agents never work out for the Raiders. Well, guess what, man? Former regime, Tom Telesco brought him in. What he played, like 3 or 4 games last season. He missed a ton last year anyway. We don't really know what this defense would look like with Wilkins in the building. So, I mean, it is what it is. You move on. Look, to me, this isn't like a save face type situation. This isn't the Raiders just biting the bullet. This is saying, yo, you don't fit with what we're trying to do. Bye-bye.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy how the winds have changed and moved so fast in today's NFL. Yeah. I go on Spot Track to look at what the cap penalty could be. There is not even a mention of Christian Wilkins on the Raider roster. He is gone like yesterday. He is gone, bro.
Abstract Raider says, how you get fired on your day off? Well, this is the thing, right, Abstract? It's that everybody else was at work today. That's the problem. Man. This is like getting caught at the ball game. I'm sick. I can't come in. And you get caught at the ball game. You know what I mean? Salute to Abstract on the $2 holler. Salute the Raiders see as well. Micah Part, no, it's not happening.
It's not happening, bro.
He's an edge rusher / linebacker. This does not fit a need, you guys. Like, once again, I know they want to see what Malcolm Coons can do this year. They want to see what Tyree Wilson can do. There's no reason to just jump the gun and start throwing these big flashy names out there and think the Raiders are going to target them. That's not going to happen. Can Micah become a Raider at some point? Definitely. Yeah, could Trey Hendrickson? Yes. But right now, this is not that. It's just not.
No, these things are not, they have not one thing to do with the next. This is more so about 3 things, right? 1, setting a tone, setting an expectation, right? And 2, it is setting an example, 2, because listen, the one thing that will not be tolerated here is people that are not being professional.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So when you don't listen to your doctors, and I don't know Christian Wilkins' story. There are a lot of people who have issues with team doctors and things like that. But I know for a fact that the Raiders have one of the best medical staffs in the National Football League, have the best facilities. And I've never heard of anyone complaining about the Raiders doctors. This is not a situation like where you had a Tyrod Taylor situation.
Real quick, breaking real quick from the Raiders. They put this on Twitter. They put it on Instagram. We have decided that it is in the best interest of the organization to move on from Christian Wilkins. And he has been informed of his release from the team. This franchise has a commitment to excellence on and off the field. With no clear path or plan for future return to play from Christian, this transaction is necessary for the entire organization to move forward and prepare for the new season. Talk that shit, Raiders. Talk. And because of that, we're going to play this video the entire time we do this live. Salute to Christie's King. Raiders football is back officially. Salute to my guy on the $5 holla. Salute to Raider JP. I guess our Raiders saved a lot of money by cutting Christian Wilkins. And look, man, if you can save a ton of money from a guy that you know you're not going to see anytime soon, wasted, it's just a clear path to free up some money and do what you need to do moving forward. And once again, we're going to have so much money next year and more money the following year. It's going to be insane. And salute my wife. We did this, a breaking news, you guys. My wife is cooking behind me. So
yeah, man, listen, bro.
Listen. We're cooking here. She's cooking there. You just deal with the cooking.
Bro, you know the thing for me that is most I just feel good about this, man. Like this whole offseason, I've been saying it's like a charmed offseason, right?
Yeah.
Like we haven't had any fires. This is not a fire.
No.
This is not a fire. This is them avoiding a headache. This is them avoiding something that's a storyline.
Yeah.
They took the storyline and what they did, they cut the cancer out.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Christian Wilkins is some bum.
No,
he's probably have a great career.
When healthy.
Yeah, he's top 10. But you know what? He hasn't been a top 10 fit for us.
No.
We're not playing. Max Crosby's not playing, bro.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, I'm almost certain, bro, that most of the guys in the building probably agree.
Oh, I guarantee you they're all behind this move. Because once again, they're all bought in. And this right here, come to find out, it looks as though he's not that bought in. I like this 3109 Jonah Lalu season. Once again, what did Max say in that presser yesterday? Wasted. He said Jonah Lalu, pretty much in a nutshell, is so good and he doesn't even know it yet. Like, I love that. So, and this is a guy that was cut, I believe, from the Indianapolis Colts his rookie season. We picked him up and he played a ton for us last year because of the injuries. Jonah Lalu season is here, you guys. I'm excited to see what he can do. Definitely. Salute to Raider Nation. 2447. How the F do you get fired on your day off? Smokey. Salute to my guy. Salute to Daniel as well. Hendrickson and Elijah Moore. Damn it. Elijah Moore is already gone. Yeah, he signed with the Buffalo Bills, I believe. Not a waste. Finally disciplined. No more 2 to 7 Soul Train lines mid-season. Talk that talk.
Look, but guys, in all seriousness, right? Let's stop big game hunting here.
Yeah.
Championship teams are not built with big game hunting. And I think a lot of our fan base hasn't seen a lot of success. So every time somebody's available or every time if somebody's having a contract dispute, they want to throw the Raiders into it. You got to think fit first, right? You got to think contractually. It's more nuanced than just going out there and go getting a big fish. You see what happened when we got this big fish. It didn't work out, right?
Yep.
It is more so about the right situation all the way around from a culture standpoint, from a contractual standpoint, and from a health standpoint first before we do anything.
Yes. But I'm not going to pretend as though it was the wrong move for Tom Telesco to bring him in. It was a great move at the time. It just didn't work out, you guys. Because I see a lot of people, I said this, I said that. Look, man, you are totally off base if you didn't think that was a great move when it happened. Injuries occur, and then look, we're here now. It happens. He didn't take the rehab serious, and now we free up some money and we can move on, and he can move on and do whatever he wants to do. I think he's going to take this whole season probably to rehab now, get right, and enter free agency again next year, and good luck to him wherever he goes. This was the right move for the Raiders to make. Salute to John. Salute to my guys. Trenton, New Jersey's in the building. Listen,
yes, sir. John Bethea, representing the Beast Coast Raider Nation. Salute.
I love it. Salute to Marcos. I agree with the releasing. The BS was for Wilkins. Salute to my guy Marcos on the $2 special. Elijah, no Vita Vea, man. He's not going anywhere. He will retire at Tampa Bay Buccaneer. I know Spy Tech got some pull with his former organization. They're not going to move off. They just were in the playoffs last year. They're not going to move one of their best players that they have on that defense. So would it be great to have a Vita Vea? Definitely, but it's not going to happen. Salute to you, brother. Salute to Snake. This is sick and weak. Get left behind. The sick and weak get left behind. I think that's what my guy
man. I mean, this is like the laws of nature. What does a mother do when one of her baby birds can't keep up?
Yes.
Throws them out of the nest.
Throws them out the nest.
That's right, man. I'm unceremoniously blocked.
Salute to our brother LV Maximus, who was spitting game, that ism over at Wasted channel before this breaking news happened. No commitment to excellence. You're gone. Jonah looked great at camp today. He is on the rise. And there you go. And this is the thing. You only get better, man, when you play around guys like Max Crosby who takes this very, very serious. Look at Malcolm Coombs. He is ready to go this year. Look at Tyree. We're hearing great things about him. Like, we want a defensive line once again that is bought in. That is going to be like the theme of this show, you guys. Bought in. Christian Wilkins got a ton of guaranteed money, and it seems as though he wanted to go about it his way. And guess what? Once again, you're not bigger than the program.
Yeah, man.
So to Mr. Rogers, pay Colton Miller now with that extra $35 million. Well, look, this is going to be a process because once again, he filed a grievance with the NFLPA. They're going to try and stick it to the NFL for their guy. Once again, that's their job, to protect their players. This is a wait and see approach, you know what I mean, to see how this goes. But from right now, I don't know if that money's freed up just yet. We shall see, but there's no real moves to make right now anyways. There's no great free agents out there to spend a ton of money on. You know, we have some guys that we can definitely take care of that are out there. Colton is bought in. Jacoby is bought in. Daniel Carlson is bought in. The three guys that we need to take care of here soon. I would have no issue if we can free up this money, if it is already free or whatever it is, to take care of our own guys. Because once again, those are guys that put their body on the line week in and week out, and they're bought into the program. Salute to Mr. Rogers. Salute to my guy, Daryl, man. Thank you, OLV, for always staying on top of things. Tell us if we have changes to the 2025 cap space. Who's next up? I think I just kind of answered that, my brother. I don't think that we have that freed up just yet. Let me go to Adam Scheffner real quick. I'm going to see if there's any updates on his end. But once again, I will read this tweet, you guys. The ESPN sources, the Raiders releasing defensive tackle Christian Wilkins with the designation of terminated vested veteran. His time in Las Vegas is now over. Due to how Wilkins treated the rehab from his foot injury he suffered last season, the Raiders voided the remaining $35.2 million of guaranteed money left on Wilkins' contract last month and today. Wilkins filed a grievance with the NFLPA. So once again, we got to kind of stand by and see where that goes. Then he went on to say, with the Raiders voiding the remaining $35.2 million of guaranteed money left on Christian Wilkins' contract last month, and Wilkins filing a grievance with the NFLPA today, this situation is far from over. So I don't think that money is going to be freed up anytime soon. And once again, we don't need it right now. We don't need it. We our team is intact. Everybody's out there healthy at training camp, ready to go, bought in. So there's no real need, even if we had that freed up right now, there's not one player out there that I'm losing my, because we already have enough money now to go get any free agent that we want.
But Graphk, this is the thing, man. The organization in their infinite wisdom, and this is something that I harken back to draft day. You know, you and I said, man, them going back to back tells us something about what's going on with Christian Wilkins. Yeah, we said that during the draft. You guys can go back to the videotape like Warner Wolf, right? Them take, because we valued our picks this year. We tried to get as many as we could. Yep. Because that's the easiest way to change a culture and outfit a building with your kind of guys, as opposed to going out on free agency, right? Yep. So that goes to show you how they felt about Christian Wilkins. Yep. If you see some of the moves, the first thing they did was shore up Adam Butler. They prioritized Adam Butler. They paid Adam Butler very handsomely, right? So that goes to show you. Listen, man, at the end of the day, this is not us switching up. Initially, Christian Wilkins is a top 10 guy at his position. Who would not be excited? Yeah. Who would not be excited, right? But then the thing is, this was a bad marriage. Yeah, this was a bad marriage, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, for me, and I don't like to negatively, kick our players when they're down, but some of his antics really got under my skin. Listen, I'm old school. Yeah. I don't necessarily need the theatrics after one of your teammates makes a play. I can tell you guys personally, I sent that video to Wasted, and we had probably a 2 or 3 hour long call when I was working out at the park, and he was pissed. He was like, yo, this is what we're doing. Like, are you serious? Like, no, Wasted was really upset by the way we kind of had conflict. Remember I even said, Wasted is going to go live a little later. He got a little different view on this situation than me. You know what I'm saying? So, because I looked at it 2 different ways. I looked at it as he's having fun because he knows where he is in his rehab. But then also now, let me look at it. Look, the truth serum is here now, right in front of us. Apparently it wasn't that. It just wasn't that. I mean, bro, even Alex Bachman going down and showing his feet, like it's like a troll. And I love what M8 said, all those resources around him too. He's literally there. He's there.
You have all those resources, and you think that you know more about, look right there, look, went down the show. But like, you think you know more about your body than doctors? Like that's when you get that. That's how you get old and die, wasted.
Yeah, man.
That's how you get old and die. Like, I know me better than anybody.
Yeah, and the problem is that you're talking about one of the smallest bones in your body.
Yeah.
Right. So they can see things in real time that you can't.
Yeah.
Right. And then, I'm pretty sure that somewhere in the middle of this process, they knew that he needed to go under the knife again, and he probably told them no. I'm gonna try to tough it out, and this, that, and the third, and this is where we are, right? So from a business standpoint, I don't think the Raiders should have to wear the liability of a person not taking medical advice, because essentially, and listen, he's his own person. He's his own person. It's his body, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, your body works for their organization.
Yes.
And if you're not willing to fit into the construct of the plan that they lay out for you, it's just like people forget that this is a job.
Yeah.
This is a job. If you don't do what's expected of you at your jobs, right? All of you who have jobs, what happens to you? You get separated from your employment.
Yeah.
That is exactly what's happening. And guess what? The union guys, they're going to do their best.
Yes.
But he didn't do himself any favors with this shit.
No. This video right here, they're going to show this video alone. And it's
but bro, let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning of the season when he was on the field. What did I tell you? I said, yo, a guy that's 340, 50, 60 pounds leapfrogging over the cornerstone of your franchise's head is not a good idea, bro.
Hey, real quick, Wilkins refused the foot surgery. He refused it. So the Raiders said, you know what, we're going to waive you.
So listen, that's clear.
Yeah.
When you refuse the surgery, the Raiders have everything they need in the framework. They have the histrionics.
Yeah.
When you talk about union and company negotiations, you go by past practice. When you refuse surgery from medical doctors who are in that field, that means that they do not have to be in the Christian Wilkins business anymore.
I'm just happy it's over, because I'm so tired of speculating. Like, did he already have the second surgery? There was other people saying that behind the scenes he already had it. There was other people saying that he needed a second surgery. There was so many conflicting reports. I'm just happy that we got some solid evidence here of what the hell is going on. And it looks as though the Raiders were playing no games with Christian Wilkins. Salute to Snake Fist. Yo, y'all got it right. The regime makes playing fun, but when it comes to preparing to win, they ain't playing no more. This is facts, man. Salute to my guy, Snake Fist. Salute to Josh, living here in South Texas. Always keep the Crocs in 4x4 drive. Talk that talk, Josh. Real quick, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs. We almost got 4,000 people here in the building. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And salute to everybody watching on Twitter as well. We appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys want to jump over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button and join the greatest YouTube community in the world, make sure you do so. Salute to Silver and back. Exactly why I was banging the drum for Calais Campbell the past 2 years. His old ass is a pro, always available and productive. Everyone disagreed. Exact culture piece that D-line has been needing. He returned to the Arizona Cardinals, I believe.
Yeah, he wants to finish his career where it all started, and salute to him.
Yeah, that's dope. Salute to Silver and back. Appreciate you. Salute to MVE. CW94 clearly violated his rehab big time. This has AB vibes. Salute to my guy MVE on a $10 smackaroonie. Definitely brought that. It definitely brings back some AB memories for sure. Salute to Prophet. Thank you, OLV, for always staying on top of things. Tell us. Okay, we mentioned that one. I think my guy accidentally sent 2 of them. We appreciate you, brother. Salute to Pace. For Pete to ooze with confidence, talking about winning a lot and still release Wilkins is some gangster shit. It shows he's really about that. I love it, man. Salute to my guy Pace. Salute to Abstract. Wilkins goofiness will fit right in with today's NBA. Talk that NBA shit. Salute to Abstract. ISO says, just got off of work. How much is the cap hit? Right now, it looks as though we freed up that guaranteed money. So stay tuned, ISO. It looks as though, and I think Chef put it out there, that this is going to be a timely thing. Like, he's fighting it. He filed a grievance. So it's not going to end anytime soon. We're fighting to get that money back. Christian's going to fight to get it back himself. So stay tuned. We shall see here soon, man. Salute to Steven. You guys are cooking with that fire content. Salute to
brother. You know what's crazy, man? You know, there are a lot of people who will say, you know, you guys were happy. You guys are happy. You guys are happy. You damn right we were happy. You damn right. And the thing is, and right now, I'm not happy that this happened in Christian Wilkins, right? I wish it would have worked out better. But the thing is, What I am happy about is the elite level of GMing that John Spytek is doing. This is elite GMing, bro.
Wasted. When you first get with a girl, you're happy. You're happy. Like, this is so dope. And then it's toxic, and it's toxic. And then you're happy when it's over, right? You're happy when it's over. You're happy that I no longer have to deal with this situation. It's no longer a thing. It's okay to be initially happy, you guys, about bringing in one of the better players in the NFL. It's okay, but it's also okay to be happy with moving on and not having to deal with this foolishness, as this is a pivotal season. Once again, Pete Carroll has 3 years on this contract, a 4th-team option. He is trying to right this ship quick, fast, and in a hurry. And it's clear cut that Christian Wilkins did not fit the billing of what they're trying to do. So I don't understand why you guys keep saying, oh, you were happy. Yes, we was happy. We got one of the better defensive tackles in football that committed to one of the worst football teams in the NFL. Yeah, I know we ended the season kind of on a good note with AP, but we didn't have a great roster. He came over. Hunter Renfrow, look, even this. Renfrow was let go, and Christian Wilkins signed the deal, and that's his best friend. That lets you know it was like, okay, Wilt really wants to be here. He really wants to be here. And now look what happens. Once again, we are going to root for Wilkins, man. I hope that he finds a way, find some footing back in the NFL when he finds a job. He's only, 28, 29 years old. He still has a couple years left to go out there and succeed at the highest level. But once again, it's okay to be happy about both.
Bro, you know what, man? I don't like doing this on Graphk Wasted shows. You know what I'm saying? We have things seriously to talk about, right? But I'm getting a little angry, right? Because people talking about we're back. What you mean we backpedaling? Like, this is the reality. The F are you talking about? What are you talking about? Backpedaling? Backpedaling what? Listen, the contract's off the books. He can go seek whatever medical advice he feels like he needs, right? But at the end of the day, the Raiders didn't hurt Christian Wilkins.
No.
They didn't hurt him.
No.
Christian Wilkins is and listen, it might have happened anyway. People say it's because of stress. I call bullshit on that. Anytime you have a big person that is jumping and frolicking and tackling and doing dumb shit like that, things like this happen. And then you come up here and you think that we're supposed to be like, have this sense of loyalty to a player that clearly doesn't want to listen to the program. Listen, man, these guys you're a professional athlete. They're professional medical people. You got to listen to your doctors, man. You do. Yeah. This is not conjecture, bro. Yeah. These guys that are doing this, they've been dealing with this probably before you were even in the league. Mm-hmm. So when you don't listen, and guess what? The team doesn't have to pay you. That's the long short, and this is the reason why I'm happy. I'm sad that they didn't work out, but I'm happy that the Raiders don't have to pay the freight for your mistakes. Yeah. So if you think that we're backpedaling, F you.
Cool. And Ian Rappaport put it out there. Christian Wilkins made $29.2 million last year and $20.5 this year already. That's $49.7 million for 5 games. He had another $8 million on the books for the 2025 season. And then, he went on to say the Raiders are attempting to void the $35.25 million in remaining guarantees. A grievance was filed to fight it on Wilkins' behalf. So this is going to be an ongoing saga here, you guys.
And that grievance is going to be heard, right? And it's going to be heard very quickly and decided on very quickly. And listen, people say that the unions have all the power. They don't. The owners are the billionaires and the players are millionaires. Yeah. And all the union is made up of the players that are there. You have a lot of high-end players, right, that pay their dues. And you got a lot of guys that are fringe players that are paying their dues. Mm-hmm. Most unions do not have more money than the corporation. No. Right? Or they would be giving out the checks.
Oh, yeah.
So understand that, right? And I know this, and I don't want to get into it, how I know, but Graphk knows how I know. Yes, I know more than a lot of people.
No, I know you know more than 99.9% of the people in the world right now. So
So and I'm going to tell you this also, right? When you talk about, this contract, the way they went about it, the thing that we're happy about as fans is that the Raiders had the wherewithal to not just sit there and allow this shit to continue to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like they went and they saw and they went about it the right way. See, previous regimes tried to make the Chandler Jones thing happen. Mm-hmm. They tried to make it happen. They tried to stay the course instead of just saying, hey, we made a mistake. Let's get out of this now while we still can. Yeah. That is what we're happy and excited about. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. Listen, when you talk about us as content creators, the thing that we're always happy about, and make no mistake about this, you effing jackwagons, we're always happy about what's best for the Raiders.
Yes.
No matter what player it is, no matter what coach it is, no
Yep.
matter what, it's always about the team.
Yep.
So you guys can get the F up out of here with this stupid backpedaling narrative.
Salute to Sensei. Sue is officially retired. He just retired, I believe, a week or so ago, officially. So Sue will no longer be in the NFL. Salute to Lord Buddy Bear. How much dead money are we eating on this? To be determined, Lord Buddy Bear. We have no clue yet. Once again, this is going to be a waiting game, trying to see if his grievance is accepted. I don't know how this is going to work. Stay tuned. Salute to Black Sales. If you're not trying to win off, get off the 53. What's the penalty? I mean, look, bro, facts. And once again, there's no penalty at this point. It looks as though, you know, the Raiders have a strong argument here as to why we can get this guaranteed money back on the books. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Salute to Black Sales. Salute to Pastor Raider. Having worked a union job, I can say this. Usually the power is in the employee's hands. The employer has to have a lot of ammo to make a decision like this. Curious about the cap hit going forward. And once again, Pastor Raider, we've kind of talked about that a ton already. We'll see. We don't know personally, but it looks as though the Raiders are fighting to get that guaranteed money back. So, and I agree with you in terms of the union stuff, but I mean, look, there's some evidence, strong evidence right in front of us right here of him dancing. And if the doctors and the medical staff is saying that he needs a second surgery and he's refusing to do so, I mean, bro, what else is there to argue? I don't know what else. I mean, who knows what you, once again, Wasted said we have one of the better medical staffs in football. I mean, look at the facilities. I mean, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So
this is a guy with a broken bone in his foot, leaning down and fucking around instead of working out. Yeah. Excuse my, and I don't like to cuss because it's a family show. But damn it, this is a situation where you're gonna get red wasted. Listen, now what this shows me is the Raiders can focus on building the foundation of this team. The real foundation. You know, I gotta say, foundation is met up with young players that are healthy.
Salute to Tony Pauline. We beat him up a ton. He put out an article, I believe, on Sportskeeda months ago. This is me not backpedaling here, you guys. I beat it. I said, come on, man. Who are you and what are you talking about, right? Why would you have this information and nobody else in the building had it? Even all the beat writers were saying, we don't know about this. I don't know where this came from. I have to say, salute to Tony Pauline of Sportskeeda. That man had this scoop early, quick, fast, and a lot of people owe him an apology, and including me. So Tony Pauline, if you somehow, some way see this video, I apologize, you old dirty bastard.
Wow. The Tony Pauline hate train has got derailed. Listen, I Tony Pauline, I will say this, right? Yo, you've been right about a lot. You've been off about a lot.
Yes.
But God damn it, when you're right, Tony Pauline. And I salute you. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, you know, Tony Pauline, Pretty Ricky, all these people, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like listen, man, there's a reason why these tweets go viral. So let's give them their grace.
Yes.
Let's give them their grace. Let me ask you a question, Graphk Raider. The great and powerful Graphk Raider. Do you think that this was something that was on the table from the jump? Because I've never really heard the Raiders speak much about the Christian Wilkins thing. And it kind of seemed like Pete Carroll was a little, not standoffish, but a very, very cryptic and not as open as he has been with everything else since he's gotten here. He was very cryptic about the Christian Wilkins stuff. And the fact that they didn't kind of let everybody know what was going on lets me know that this was the approach from the door.
Yeah. Well, a long road and a difficult process to me means that he needs another surgery. Now, looking at it now, this late in the game, to me, when he said that, it makes sense now. I think that he was like, look, and not even just that, there's this conflicting, right? It's like, I don't want to do this. Well, you need to do this. I don't want to do this, but you need to do this. And hey, man, at this point, the Raiders just made a move. So look, they knew. And Pete definitely knew. And I think that Pete was already planning for this season without Christian Wilkins anyway. You know what I mean? Like, once again, you guys, we went out and got, you know, some free agents. We had Quentin Jefferson in for an interview. We went and drafted 2 defensive tackles. We brought in some guys and some UDFAs as well. I mean, you can look at the depth chart. A lot of these guys weren't even in the building last year. You look at Laki Tassi. You know, the guy that came over and the international portal player, right? He'll probably end up going back to defensive tackle from the guard spot now. But I mean, you're looking at JJ, you're looking at Tank Booker, right? You're looking at Zach Carter, who we brought back, Tonka Hemingway. So we stacked up that room. We paid Adam Butler. We brought in Lecky Fotu. I mean, they made sure that we had enough bodies in this room to rotate in and out to try and make up for the potential production that Christian Wilkins could have provided for us.
Yeah, and bro, like I said before, man, look, when you talk about big 300-pound guys, that every play there's contact.
Yeah,
every play it is a war of attrition, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of times it's good to have more soldiers.
Yeah,
it's good to have more soldiers, right? Yeah. So, like I said, outfit this room with active, healthy, good players that can kind of be steered in the direction of a Max Crosby. Now, let me tell you something. Mentality, when you start talking about building a successful program, is one of the most important things, man. Culture.
Yeah.
Culture. Because listen, man, you look at a guy like Max Crosby. I saw him take a picture the other day with Kevin Garnett. And I said on Twitter, I said, this is the kind of mentality that builds winning franchises.
Yes.
Guys like Kevin Garnett and Max Crosby are invaluable on and off the field. Agreed. And I think the fact that, listen, having fun is one thing, but this is not what we're seeing behind us. And I don't want to keep beating up on Christian Wilkins because I don't want to come off like I don't like the guy and he's a bad guy. But to me, that is not to me professionalism. I'm sorry. It's not professionalism. Why are you even like, bro? Why are they even putting that on Twitter?
I just hope that KG didn't say to Max, I had to lead the Timberwolves to win a championship. I'm just saying, I hope KG didn't put that button.
Yeah, but the funny thing, it wasn't like KG pushed for that.
No, and he went back to the Wolves at the end of his career as well, and he retired.
And listen, he didn't push for that. Now, Alex Bachman, let me ask you a question: Will he be getting a stray cutting? Will he be?
Hey, you know what? Hey, if he saves them all that guaranteed money, Bachman might be our wide receiver 5.
Yeah, somebody might be taking him out to Wendy's and buying him a Frosty.
I'm saying, bro, just don't let it be Charles Snowden. Salute to George Cortines in the building on the $20 smackaroonie. We appreciate you, George. Salute to Gio as well. Crocs in the weight room is so unserious. Microism. Salute to my guy, man. Microcosm. Yes, it is a microcosm of the situation. Yeah. Salute the Trip.
Wasted word of the day.
Can someone explain why Telesco paid $100 million for a DT when we were rebuilding and had no quarterback? I mean,
we could do that very, very easily, man. Tom Telesco thought he had more time.
Yes.
Tom Telesco was trying to build a foundation, and he wasn't on the same timeline as AP. Yeah. He didn't hire AP. He didn't give a damn about AP's career. He was coming here to build the team in the manner that he thought was fit. And listen, I salute Tom Telesco because listen, he did well, man, in the draft, and he did well in free agency. He just didn't do well addressing the quarterback because I think that he thought he had enough time to go and walk down the hill and get his quarterback as opposed to mortgaging the farm.
Agreed. And once again, it wasn't like he went out there and signed some old-ass 33-year-old defensive tackle and made him one of the highest-paid defensive tackles in football. Wilkins still has a lot of game left. He's still really young. So it made sense in the grand scheme of things at the time bringing him in. The thing is this, right? You got Max Crosby. You have these guys in the building, Malcolm Kuntz. What is your strong suit? We were all talking about last season. This defensive line is going to be the bread and butter of this football team. They're going to be the one to set the tone. So it made sense why Telesco. And look, if we're going to suck, at least we can be competitive because this defensive line is going to be phenomenal. And it didn't work out. Max was hurt. Kuntz didn't play a snap. Christian Wilkins, we know what happened with that. But once again, it made sense. And Tom Telesco made a splash. Look, man, I'm nothing to be played with. Look, I went and got one of the big fish in free agency. I am nothing to play with. We may not win this year, but we're going to be competitive. And I like the move, regardless if it didn't work out or not. It is what it is. Salute to Trucker Mark. Great release for both parties. Both player and the team need to be healthy. Health is more important than anything now. R.I.P. Ozzy and Hulk Hogan. Salute to my guy, Trucker Mark.
Oh, hey, Trucker Mark. Whatever happened to Malcolm Jamal Warner, man? Yo, man. You rest in peace to Theo Huxtable.
Theo.
The F is wrong with you, Trucker Mark. I love you, brother.
Brandon Curtis, tampering. Laugh out loud. Salute to my guy. Alex Brockman is a CI. Yo, it's so funny, Brandon, because like you probably wouldn't expect it from a guy of Alex Bachman, right? A guy that's probably not going to make the roster, camp body type situation. They probably sent them in like, "Hey man, go get us some little intel real quick." And Bach did his job. If Bachman makes this roster, you guys, I'm telling y'all now, it's all thanks to Christian Wilkins and his foolishness to that Backstreet Boys shit. I'm telling you now. Salute to Brandon. Salute to our brother Graphk, one of the mob fathers in the building as well. This is exactly why I say DT every time y'all ask us what position we should add to. Dude is talented for sure, but I know a BSer when I see one. Salute to Graphk. And I think that they addressed that position nicely this offseason because once again, I went over the names that they added in the draft and free agency, but then also you have Tyree Wilson who can play there a ton because if Malcolm Kuntz is healthy, he's going to be on the football field a lot. So salute to Graphk. You were definitely right. I know Graham knows football like crazy too. So I definitely respect Graham's football IQ. Yeah. Salute to SenCal. Salute Graphk and Wasted. I send mine. We send ours right back, my brother. Go ahead, Wasted.
Yo, let me ask you a question, man. You know, there's not going to be a lack of snaps for Tyree Wilson, right? And no. I think that's a good thing. I think that this is a chance for us to develop one of our own, right? Like, you know, you might not get those snaps on the outside, right? Yeah. You're going to get some, you know, when guys need a rest and stuff. Max never comes off the field. So if you're going to be platooning with Malcolm Kuntz or whatever, or you could be a fifth rusher. But I think this opens the door for Tyree Wilson to really, really get what he needs. You get better in the National Football League, reps, right? So he can use one of his strengths, his bull rush, his strength, his length, you know, all of those things, you know, for leverage. He can use these things to really, really craft himself a tremendous year this year. Yes. And I'm very excited about the Raiders being, you know, kind of selling out on buying low and selling high in a sense, right? You know, looking at some of these younger guys and trying to project them into greatness because that's how you really win, right? Yeah. It's a consortium of young, healthy players who are playing their best football before they get paid.
Yes.
Great move by the Raiders, man.
Wasted. Let's kill the narrative real quick, though. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, they probably like what they've seen thus far." Well, you know what? I have to disagree with that. We're 2 days into training camp, you guys. The pads have not come on yet. This is more of a culture thing. This is more of a statement that if you want to be here, you have to take this thing serious. I don't think that they just seen these guys without the pads and said, "Oh, I've seen enough. We don't need Christian Wilkins." This is a business decision in terms of money, and it's a cultural decision in terms of we're not going to play around with foolishness and we're not going to entertain that. So this is not a situation where they've seen these guys out there, the JJ Pegues and Tonka. Oh, we know, we love what we have. Let's move on from Christian Wilkins. This was a thing that was probably on the horizon for a while, and I think Christian Wilkins has some time to figure it out. Do you either want to get the surgery or you not? If not, then we're going to have to make a move. And guess what? He probably made a firm decision. I'm not going to get the surgery. And guess what? The Raiders made a bigger decision and moved on from him. It is what it is. So to see Valentine becoming a member as well, appreciate you, brother. If you guys want to become members, me and Wasted do this Raider thing every single day. So if you guys want to become members, hit the links. It's pinned up top. It definitely helps us, you know, keep the lights on over here at Shieldmore. We appreciate you, brother. Salute to Frank also. Frank the Tank on a $2 smackaroni. He, man,
the great and powerful Frank the Tank.
Yes. And salute to Joe. Can't have a normal off season for shit. Laugh out loud. Now an already weak looking defense on paper just looks weaker. I understand why we waived him, but goddamn, bro, this is frustrating. See, I have to disagree with you. I don't think that this is a weak defense on paper or any of that. We've heard some great things about the defense up to this point. I'm not going to judge the defense until I see them in pads and I see them get out there and they get physical because this is a physical football team, Joe. You can't judge a physical defense without putting the pads on. What did Jeremy Chin come over for? He's a physical guy, right? Palomar was brought back because he's a big physical specimen. They went out and got Jamal Adams. Guess why? Because he's a physical dude. They moved him to linebacker. That's where he's going to be. He's going to play the ground game rough. He's going to get to the quarterback a ton. They are a physical defense. We can't say they suck yet, bro, until we see them on the football field. You can't judge a physical team on paper by OTAs and mandatory minicamp and training camp before the pads come on. So I have to disagree with you on that, brother, but I appreciate you on a $10 holla, man. I think that this defense is going to be a blessing in disguise this year because people are forgetting that Pete Carroll's in the building. He's not going to let Patrick Graham fail, okay? Pete Carroll was going to come in and steal some things. Rob Leonard's one of the better defensive line coaches in football. I'm excited to see what this defense is going to look like, regardless if there's no big names in that secondary and we brought in a bunch of veterans at the linebacker position. As long as they're bought in, these guys are NFL football players, Wasted. We're going to be good. Pete Carroll was a guy that is already instilling that in these guys. So, I got to disagree with that, man.
Yeah, I definitely do too, man. They said the Raiders wanted Wilkins to undergo another surgery. He didn't want to do that. Instead, Wilkins wanted to rehab without a procedure per rap sheet. And that's a no-no, right, with a situation like this. We've seen people lose Hall of Fame NBA careers over things like this. When you talk about small bones, they're very hard to hit. They're bro, like, why are we pausing about? We talking about small bones. Listen, bro. Just because your mind is in the gutter, bro, and you are enjoying the whole small bonage stuff. You like this bonage talk, man. And Graphk, I know how this goes, man. I know how this goes. You gotta chill.
Disgusting word.
You gotta chill. Stingaboo, little boy. But but I'm telling you, bro. When you start talking about stuff like this, you have to kind of defer to the medical professionals, because listen, look at Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry got with the program, and guess what? He was fine. Derrick Henry has not had another issue out of it. When you don't listen to your doctors, this is when you get into this situation, man.
Yep. Salute the Mutation on the 5 hour smackaroni, my brother. Appreciate you. And once again, salute the Mutation. He won the Max Crosby jersey on the St. Jude's charity event, man. I appreciate you, man, for always coming through and blessing us, my brother. Salute to you. Salute to JJM Director. Breaking, the Jabberwockies have signed Wilkins. Well, look, they're right there in Vegas, right? I can make a call. If those don't know, one of my best friends and brothers, Phil, he's the one that actually created the Jabberwockies. I remember he had his first dance team in middle school. You know what I'm saying? I could make a call, but Wilk, hey, holla at me, man. Holla at me, man. Salute the director. Let's get these supers in before we close up, man. Salute the Raider Prophet. Not a lawyer. Do Raiders have a better case? I think so. I definitely think so. I think so. I think that once again, if he refused to get the second surgery and he needed it, I think case closed. I mean, honestly, and then you're over here joking and dancing and shit in the building. I think that's kind of a spit in the face.
And guess what? It normally teams and legal, because they have a whole floor full of lawyers, right?
Yeah.
They don't take on stuff like this that they know they can't win, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't normally see stuff like this happen in the National Football League. Most of the time when a contract is an albatross, you normally have to wear it, right? I think the Raiders, are like the rabbit with the gun right now, so to speak. They know how plausible it is for them to win this, and they're going to. I really think so.
Yeah. Salute to Steven as well. Chloe going crazy. Somebody just rung on the doorbell. Pete changed this song to Bye Bye Bye. Now dance to that. Yo, that is the super of all supers today. Pete changed the song to NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you all the fun and all the discipline. Salute to my guy, Steven. That was a great, great super chat. So salute the tag as well. Does this mean we're signing someone? I wouldn't be shocked. We just had Quentin Jefferson in the building. So maybe they're already planning on bringing somebody in. And Quentin is a guy that can play the run, and get to the quarterback sparingly. I think he had like 2.5, 3.5 sacks for the Raiders a few seasons ago. So he's a guy that can get to the quarterback. I think we'll probably double back and bring him in another body. You know what I mean? I do. I think we will. I think the Raiders were giving Wilkins some time to change his mind in terms of the surgery. And now that it's over, maybe they bring him back into the fold and sign him. So we'll see. So the East Coast Raider. These idiots saying you're backpedaling, call bullshit on every signing so they can say they were right when it doesn't work.
That's that Raider PTSD. We understand, y'all.
Yeah,
like for real. Like I really understand because listen, we've been through a lot as a fan.
I don't take it personal.
I don't take it personal at all either, man, because there are a lot of people that are hurting. There are a lot of people that don't know how to channel the losing, right? Yeah. So they just shit on everything so they don't get disappointed. Yeah. But a lot of times fans that are like that, I think that they're some of the most passionate fans, right? Because they know their passion and they have to do that, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something, man. If I tell you a duck can pull a truck, you better hook the mother effer up.
Hey, but you know what, East Coast Raider, the thing is, it's not gonna change anything. Me and Waste are gonna be here every single day covering this team regardless. So it doesn't really matter.
Somebody said y'all still got a channel. I was like, you damn right, you effing bum, and you're still watching.
Salute to East Coast. Salute to Raider Reaper. Pause the default picture. Upstairs, seen this video, was like, Oh, you good to go. Yeah, I think we all were like, I did a video literally a couple days ago, like, hey man, this is promising, right? It's promising. We're here. Wilkins like he's good to go. Well, guess what? A couple days later, hey man, hey, life comes at you fast, man. Life comes at you fast. Salute to Q. Go look at what the Raiders tweeted about the league. We read it, Q. We definitely read it. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate you on the 5-hour special. We read the tweet that they put out there. Salute to our brother, man. God dependent as well, man. Appreciate you, my brother, as always.
Halo, man.
Halo in the building. Let's go. Salute to my dog. Been a member for 2 months. Appreciate you, man. If you guys want to become a member like our guy, hit the link. It's pinned up top. We have so much catching up to do in this chat. Pretty sure Spy Tech covered all his tracks before making this move so they don't have to pay. Facts plus tax. I don't think that he would want to put his reputation on the line in year one as a general manager doing this, knowing that he could potentially lose this. I think that they did their homework. They spoke to some lawyers, some representation, and I think that they got this in the bag. So salute to Raider LT. That's a great comment from you, brother. Raider Profit wasted. Jamba Juice Boost. I know what's in it. We're almost caught up, you guys. I think we're almost caught up. Okay, let me see. We still got almost 4,000 people in the building, man. We appreciate you guys. While you guys are here, man, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button.
Especially to me. I need to get into the stratospheres of YouTube. I'm starting to take this personal. It's taking you guys so long to get me up to 15 and 20K. What the F is going on here?
We need that 20K immediately. Make sure you guys subscribe to Wasted, Raider Nation Unlimited. Also subscribe to OLV Raiders Network if you get a chance to, even though Wasted told you guys not to. Salute to Savage. I'm just fucking with you, bro. Hey, yo, I finally get a break from work and I see this. What the F is happening? Christian Wilkins, breaking news, was released. Because once again, it sounds as though that Tony Pauline article was real, and it looks as though he's refusing to get the second surgery, and the Raiders were not trying to deal with this. So honestly, I think it's better because we don't even know what would he look like after the second one. We don't even know if he would be the same player he once was. I think that this is a smart move by the Raiders, moving on while you can. And if we can get that money back, which it looks like we probably will, man, we're in good standings, man. So we're good. And there's some good free agents next year. If we're like on that perennial playoff team ascension, we'll have a ton of money, you guys, to play with at the trade deadline this year and next year in free agency. Salute to David Walker. This every offseason drama is becoming old and tired. Let's see how it all plays out. PTS kicking in. Salute to my guy, David Walker. Appreciate you, brother, on the $5 smackaroonie. John says, I got 2 girls wasted. I look up to you. Can you give my daughters a shout out? Keena and Kayla. They are Raiders.
Shout out to Keena and Kayla. I appreciate you, John Bethia. I got 2 girls myself, man. And salute to your girls, man. Hopefully, you know, they have all the success and happiness in life, brother. Shout out to your daughters, my brother.
Salute to John and salute to both your seeds, man. That is so fire. Salute to Reese Rock. Wilkins wants to be a Backstreet Boy. Now get back to them streets, boy.
Reese, you about to get blocked.
Reese with a bar. Salute to Trucker Mark. Correct. I'm so sad for all the peoples and celebrities. The kids of the 80s lost some great people. Malcolm Jamal Warner gets a special tribute. He was just playing with his kids. Yeah, that's bad.
My guy Trucker Mark. Yeah, man. We got it, man. Yeah, man. Yo, the 80s, we down bad now. We lost Malcolm Jamal Warner. Ozzy, there are a lot of people that are fans of Ozzy Osbourne. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're a metalhead. And that's a part of the 80s, but there's not a more significant part of the 80s than Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Real quick, man. I want to add this real quick. My bad, brother. Jamal says, what's the cap hit? This year is still the same. 20.5 is already off the books. He was owed another $8 million this season, but we have filed a grievance, and now he's filing one back in order to try and get his guaranteed money back. But it's a waiting game. So we'll see. It's gonna take some time to figure out if we're getting the money back or it's gonna continue to be a cap hit, to be determined. So to my guy Jason in the building, JJ and Tonka are gonna eat. This is facts, my brother. I'm excited to see what the young rook can do.
They might, right? But the thing is, for me, like say for instance, successful, you got a Christian Wilkins is like 8 or 9 sacks and 60-something tackles, right?
Yeah.
If Pegues can get you 4, and Tonka can get you 3, and then some of these
it adds up. Butler and all these guys and
the sum of the collective is better than that one player.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Jonah Lalu does now. I hope that Max puts his arm around him, which I know he will, and I think that he's gonna build him up. I think that he's gonna try and build him up to be that guy to take that spot. Salute to ISO. Extend C Miller or Colton Miller. I don't think it was a C. I think you meant K. And Jay Myers. God's making it work. Salute to my guy, Cali Stream. Definitely got to take care of our guys. And once again, we're hearing great things about Jacoby just killing it at camp. And Colton is out there doing what he's doing like he always does. He's excited. He posted a picture in his Instagram stories. I think it was like year 9 or year 10 or something. He's excited to be out there. So these guys have no regrets playing right now with 1 year left on their deal. They're excited to be out there. But yes, I think we should spend some of that money for guys that actually want to be here. Salute to ISO. Mike says Graphk was a former Jabberwocky. I'm telling you, bro, I used to be on my shit, bro. I used to be on my shit, bro. Salute to Mike. And I think
look, Graphk was an extra in Darren's dance grooves.
Yo, you stupid. Shalib says, when are we getting that OLV Wasted collab merch? Whenever Wasted gets his shit together, Shalib.
Nah, look, before we get merch, we have to have a Graphk and Wasted intro to the show, so it doesn't look like I'm a guest on your channel. How about we talk about that? You want to be talking some crap, Graphic Raider? How about that?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
up out of here.
Real quick, Chef put it out there. NFLPA has 50 days to file a grievance on behalf of Christian Wilkins after the Raiders voided $35.25 million worth of guaranteed money in his contract on June 4th. $8 million for this year, $27.25 million for next year. The grievance was filed this morning. A legal battle awaits. So that's the update from Adam Scheffner. And he put an interesting meme up as well. Some notable names from that free agent class in 2024 with their annual salaries. Kirk Cousins, $45 million, didn't work. Christian Wilkins, $27.5, didn't work. Bryce Huff, $17 million, guess what? Didn't work. Jonah Jackson, he's no longer a Ram. He's a Chicago Bear. Gabriel Davis is a free agent trying to find anywhere to play wide receiver this upcoming season. Gardner Minshew, he is a Chief now, no longer a Raider. And then is it Chibodi Uzi? I think he's no longer with the Titans either, I believe.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, bro, look.
That was a bad class as a whole.
Yo, look, bro, most free agent, big free agent deals don't work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't work, man. Shout out to my guy, OGDA. His birthday's tomorrow. Y'all seen him down there when we was down at Bar A.
Oh,
Shout
yeah,
out to my brother, man.
Yeah,
man. Great guy. Salute to him. Listen, but yo, it doesn't work most of the time, guys. That's the reason why you build through the draft and not free agency.
Yeah.
That is the reason why. And a lot of times, free agent moves don't work based off of the collective talent that's in the building at the time. Football is the ultimate team sport. So a lot of times your success is predicated on your teammates.
Yes.
And if you don't have the right collection of teammates, coaches, and assistant coaches, a lot of times it doesn't work.
Yeah.
The teams that win, they seem like they always get everything right, and that's because they won in the draft.
I mean, who are the best players on this club right now? I mean, let's just be
Max Crosby, Brock Bowers.
These are all guys you drafted, and then
Gino
you made a trade for, right? And it's to be determined with him to see if it works. But once again, the best players on this roster are guys that they went out and drafted. You know what I mean? So that's how you build teams, is through the draft. And then if you're like the Philadelphia Eagles, you attack free agency. Let's go get Saquon Barkley. Let's go win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, that's a team that can bring in the guy and just fill in the gaps.
Yeah, because the foundation has been built.
Yeah.
The house is built. All Saquon had to do was take the keys and walk through the door. When you're trying to build the house, you can't build the house with a shiny new object.
No,
you don't have a house that has a foundation.
Your house ain't even got no foundation.
Yeah, yo, remember that? Yo, you gotta chill. Yo, but you don't build a house with no roof and go buy elite appliances. It's not what you do.
Exactly.
You buy the elite appliances after everything's up, the walls are up, everything's pretty. You got the sale for sale sign in the front, and only then you do that. I mean, what the F?
Salute to Spivey, man. The Kevin Nash of Mount Shilmore. Did I crawl out from under a log? Why would Wilkins do such a stupid thing? Color me confused. I don't know, Spivey. Once again, if they're telling you this is what you need to do, and mind you, Wilkins may have thought, I can play through this. I'm going to go out there and play with my teammates. I'm not saying that Wilkins is a bad guy at all for wanting to try and play through this, but it's like, dude, you're not smarter than the medical staff. They're like, more than likely he would have went out there week 1, week 2, re-injured it, and he's gone for the season anyway. Potentially even longer than that. You know what I mean? Like, you could have really re-injured that even worse. And I don't even know the severity of the injury, but it's clear that he apparently needs another surgery. So I'm not saying that Wilkins is I'm not going to beat up on him. It sounds like he wanted to fight through it. He wanted to play through it, and that's what it is. But once again, you can't think that you mentally are more equipped to understand your health over professionals, trained professionals at that. Like, what are we doing here? Salute to GA. Wasted. I got a truck. Bring that duck. Let's effing go. Raiders.
Right. That's what I'm talking about, GA. Yo, somebody just called us the Turbo and Ozone to Raider Nation. That's nasty work, bro. Yo, go get your broom, Graph. Go get the broom. Go get the broom.
Hey, look, wait, look. Yo, salute to my guy. Salute to boss. This just makes you appreciate Max way more. When he's injured, he plays, but he takes care of it in the offseason. Salute the boss with the $5 smackaroni. Salute to Mike. Graphk and wasted dance off. You don't want to see that, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to see that at all, man.
Yeah.
Look, man. We it's two different eras. You gonna have a hyphy man over here. You gonna have me breakdancing. It's gonna be nasty work, yo.
Yo, salute to Reese. If Wilkins gets the girl lawyer that won $50 million worth of grievances off of Shannon Sharp, we're screwed.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, hey, I seen somebody and we're finally caught up on the chat. I love it. Demon King, yes, brother. Would love it. You know what? Would even be better, Jay? Just come to the house. Let's have some whiskey, man, and have a cigar, man. Salute to my brother Jason, man. Always love to see my guy. I see the tweet, bro, that was hilarious. And we'll get off this situation. Somebody tweeted, yo, could you imagine Shannon Sharp telling his daughter, I guess that he didn't raise, you only get $30,000 for your wedding. You get $30,000 for your wedding. You're supposed to be having what's the words I'm looking for? You're supposed to build generational wealth, and you built generational wealth for another fucking family. Bro, $23 million allegedly. That's crazy. That's crazy. How do you build a generational wealth for somebody? Bro, she quit OnlyFans.
Bro, listen, you know what the thing is, bro? You know, sometimes when you're in business, you make bad investments and you got to pay for them. That was a bad investment by Shannon Sharp. But you know what, though? That's a lesson to all these older cats out here, right? Play your league, because this new generation is a little different, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Play your league, man.
Once again, no cap, edge rusher. You know what I mean? So I think if anything, they brought Quentin Jefferson into the building a few days ago. He left without a deal. I'm assuming if they're going to go back and look at the defensive tackle position, they'll look there. And we'll have some more shows this week, you guys. You know what, Wasted? We should run one. We can go over some free agent options.
Free agents, but everybody keeps, like everybody says, hey, man, we need a fork. And everybody's running and getting a bunch of butter knives.
Yeah.
Jadeveon Clowney, and I'm not saying that can't happen, but that doesn't address our need at defensive tackle. That is a different position. It's not an edge rusher position, right? Yeah. And if I'm being honest, I'm kind of cool on a guy that's a little long in the tooth and way too expensive. You gotta understand the pay structure of the National Football League. When you start out at a certain level, most of the time you kind of get more than you deserve.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Jadeveon Clowney being a top 10 pick, top 5 pick when he came out in the draft, his pay structure is always at a level to where I feel like sometimes is a little bit more elevated.
Yeah, I'm
cool on that, bro. If you're gonna go get an edge rusher, man. You go out, go get a Matthew Judon or somebody like that that's been more productive, a little younger. I don't even know if he's still available. And
he's not younger. Matthew Judon's like 35, 36 years old, bro.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, bro. He's old as shit.
Yo, these Patriot guys, I be forgetting how old they are, man, right?
Yeah. But I think they want to see what they have in Snowden. I think that they want to see what they have in Tyree. And then also, I think that they're hoping that Ja Joyner can be that UDFA that finds his way on this 53-man roster. So are they in a rush? To be determined. I don't think they're in a rush to find another edge rusher at this point. I wouldn't have an issue bringing in Clowney with all the money we have. I mean, why not? I mean, bro, look.
Bro, they're the same age.
Are they?
Matthew Judon's 32 and Jadeveon Clowney's 32. I thought
it was like 35, 36 or some shit, bro.
Yeah, so get the F up out of here, Graphk, with your crap.
Wasted took that personal because he's 78 years old and he's pissed. He hates when people say he's older than what he actually is. You know what I'm
saying? No. And actually, Jadeveon Clowney's older.
No, he's not.
Because he's born in February and Judon's born in August.
Oh, shit.
Wrong again, Graphk.
Wrong. Yo, Alpha says, looks like we can try to convince Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald will not go anywhere but the Rams.
Yeah, Aaron Donald. Yeah, bro.
Their Super Bowl window is open. Like, if he wanted to win now, he's going over there. Like, real.
Yeah. I think the Rams are going to be the NFC representative in the Super Bowl. If
I can see it. They're a very talented group. Salute to Spivey, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. I appreciate you, my brother. And yeah, Joseph, Rams still have his rights. That is definitely facts. Salute to all the new members in the building. If you guys want to become members of Get Off My Lawn Gang and Green Dot Gang, hit the links. They're pinned up top, man. We definitely appreciate all you guys. Real talk, man. We still got 3,700 people here in the building.
Really, though?
Yeah, I would hate to leave, with that many people in the building. Get a few more questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. Once again, breaking news. The Raiders have released Christian Wilkins, and it looks as though Wilkins has filed a grievance. So we're going to be on a little standoff here and there here in a second. So stay tuned, you guys. The Raiders are trying to get that guaranteed money back, and Christian Wilkins is trying to keep it. So hold on to your horses, so to speak. This is going to be a journey here with this whole situation. So CGR says, appreciate the update, my dog. Salute to my guy, Ridge, man. Salute, fellas. My opinion, moving on up to the east side, to that deluxe apartment in the sky. And what's funny is, Ridge, if you know, you know. See, if you know, you know. Salute to my guy, Ridge, back, my dog.
Hey, listen, Sean Thought said that he had some grievances here. He said he asked the question and got done dirty again by Graphk Raider. Sean Thoughts is the Bill Withers of Raider Nation. Okay. Listen, what question have you asked Sean Thoughts? Put it in the chat.
Hey, Sean, yes.
Yes.
There's your answer, brother. I don't know what you asked, but
Sean, put it in the chat, my brother.
Yeah.
The Bill Withers of Raider Nation.
Bill Withers. Salute to Darth. Yes, I am out here, brother. Hit me up. DM me Graphk 916 on Instagram. Also, hit me on Twitter, Graphk Raider. And let me know where you are, brother. I definitely live in the Dallas area for sure. Salute to my brother Andy. He called me immediately when this happened. And I said, bro, I gotta go.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yo,
I can hear him, yo.
I said, yo, I'm out here trying to hurry up and set this show up. He said, Wasted was out here butt dialing me.
Yeah, man. Yo, I FaceTime. Yo, bro, I'm at work. I hear yo. I'm like, that sounds like Andy. I was like, what up? Click on an old Andy episode, and I put my phone out.
I've heard him tweaking out on people at work. It's hilarious. Yeah, but this allows us to keep Kuntz long term. That is a take that's interesting. Like real talk.
I think we just got a shot in the arm, Graph.
Okay.
We just got a shot in the arm, man. So I tell you what, man. This is like, in honor of the great Hulk Hogan. This is like the NWO.
And what did I say in your chat today? I said we got to find a way to get Andy back involved.
Yeah. The third member of the NWO is back.
Yeah. He said, what did he say? He said, this ain't the first time Hulk Hogan was the third man.
Yo, y'all gotta chill on Twitter, bro.
Yo,
you people out there are heartless, bro.
Twitter is a wild place, man. Rest in paradise once again. I take the personal stuff out, right? Like R. Kelly's a terrible human being, but he's the greatest artist ever to me. So I still listen to his music because I can differentiate both. Like,
bro, listen, bro.
We're not doing that.
Listen, bro. Listen, I can't do it when I hear "Seems Like You Ready."
Yo, AJ nothing but
yo, bro. I got teenage daughters, bro. I can't throw it down. Ain't nothing but a thing. And this the thing, bro. I remember when R. Kelly was on Video Soul, sitting there looking like a creeper. Even back in the 90s, I was like, yo, what's up? Because Aaliyah was like around my age.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like what the F? Like I was still in, it's crazy, bro. But bro, listen, when you talk about Hulk Hogan, right? He's the character and what he meant to sports entertainment, the 80s and professional wrestling. That is something that is irrefutable. Now, there have been a lot of terrible people on a personal level who have done some amazing things, and there are things that we can consume and enjoy. There are a lot of actors that are douchebags. There were a lot of comedians who were douchers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna call Hulk Hogan a complete
drip.
Pee on you. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Once you get a whiff of my Hershey stains, I wanna piss on you.
Hold on real quick. Let's get these supers in, and we got our brother about to pull in. I know he has a different take on this situation. Play stupid games and get stupid prizes. Santa Cruz Raider, you ain't never lied, my brother. Salute to you. Salute to GA. Doc's Wasted. In your professional opinion, will losing Wilkins cause it to possibly drop from 19 wins this season down to 16 or even 15.
There's a distinct possibility, G.
Yeah. Okay. Skino says Ryan McFadden dropped additional information. Let me bring this up. Ryan is the new Raiders reporter for the ESPN. Let me see what he got real quick. And Andy, I got you, brother.
Yeah, but you know what? And I know Graphk doesn't really want to talk, but salute to the Hulkster.
Yes.
Salute to the Hulkster, man. Either which way, man, he's the Babe Ruth of wrestling. Salute to Hulk Hogan.
Thanks. Which Raider game are you going to in Vegas? We should get the whole Graphk and Wasted Nation to show. We're thinking about the Jacksonville Jaguars game. That's what me, Hammer, and Big Mike talked about. So if Wasted can make that, that's, I believe, after the bye week. So stay tuned, you guys. I think Travis Hunter is going to be the move, the Jacksonville Jaguars after the bye week. Salute to Rico. Letting Wilkins walk when he can't walk is like getting fired on your day off. Who cares? I'm headed to a Coldplay concert on purpose. Raiders.
Yo, shout out to you, man. Shout out to the Andy with the old school.
What's up, brother?
Yo.
How are we feeling about this move? Yeah, you good?
All right, for sure. My bad. It's because I'm driving. So for me, I'm on my way back from Hayward. What's it called? No, I mean, I'm feeling. I think the first thing that popped into my head was what I dropped in the chat, man. Was, you know, I felt like what we had already had potentially like around 70 or 75 million of our cap a year allocated to just Max and Wilkins, and I always felt like if keeping Kuntz long term meant adding another 18 to 25 plus a year, I was like, there's no way that Mark Davis is going to pay damn near 100 million a season on just 3 positions. So I feel like as soon as I saw that, that was the first thing that came to my mind was, you know, Max, we already know, like Max and Kuntz are tied at the hip. And if Kuntz can be on that same trajectory that he was before, like a premium edge rusher opposite of Max, I mean, it's hard to beat that, you know, even with a guy like Christian Wilkins, even if he is fully healthy. Let's just be honest here. Pete Carroll's defenses have never required a superstar defensive tackle ever. No. Like, honestly,
I mean, Michael Bennett was a damn good player.
No, definitely. Yeah, but he's right though. They never really required one.
Like you know,
how could we say that? I mean, they won a Super Bowl. Michael Bennett being an anchor of that defensive line.
Man, little Andy Cook.
He was a big part of it for sure.
Yeah, he's a defensive end.
He was the biggest part of that defensive line, bro.
But he played on the edge.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Didn't Michael Bennett play on the edge, bro?
He kind of went in and out. It was him and Cliff Averill, right?
Let me see.
Yeah, but then you're also
Frank Clark.
You're also forgetting of a guy named Bruce Irving that played there as well. But yes. I mean, like all I'm saying is that we saw what the defense, the interior of the defensive line.
You guys are both right. You guys are both right.
No, I'm right. Thank you.
Christian Wilkins was never going to play a fucking 4-3 defense end. I'll tell you that much. But but the point is though is that I feel like this opens the door. You know, if Kuntz does want to stay and we do have success, I do think that this opens the door for Kuntz to possibly stay and continue his career with the Raiders. But I mean, shit, it sucks, but can you really be unhappy about the situation? Like, he played 5 games for us and he made like 60 million. Like,
yeah.
You think he really gives a fuck? Like, he doesn't care. Neither should we. You know what I mean? And he already got a certain amount of his money paid for this year. Yeah. If he was eligible to play, he was gonna play. So I really don't think that people are gonna, like, people right now may think that he's gonna go and sign for a different team, but I don't think he's playing football this year. Like, that's just what I think. I could be honestly wrong. But I mean, we're talking about a guy that played, that, you know, he's over 300 plus pounds and all of, literally, we've known Christian Wilkins to be this explosive interior defensive guy. How can he continue to be that when he's been hurt for the last 18 to 24 months?
Yeah.
It's going to be going on 24 months. So it's like,
bro, he got 20 million. He got $20 million this year already to not do anything. 20.5
for 4 games, bro. And if
this year wasted like
for no games, right? Yeah. So and Andy, I want to ask you something, man. with him having this situation, him taking the approach that he's taking, right? Do you think anyone's going to want to get into Christian Wilkins' business? People aren't going to want to get into Christian Wilkins' business, unless they give him a very de minimis contract. So for me,
and I feel like.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Cool. No, I said I don't think people are going to want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think that because of this, I don't think that because of this, he's necessarily going to have that image of like a diva or someone that goes against what the organization wants or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, who isn't going to fight for another 50 million, guaranteed? You know what I mean? Like, even if I know I'm not going to get it, but I'm already paying management and lawyers, I'm going to send them out there to do their job, to at least test the water, see if there's something I could, get back from that. So I don't necessarily think that his image of like maybe like a bad locker room, I don't think he's going to have anything like that, but I definitely don't think that there's any team that's going to pay him close to what he was getting here. So, I mean, ultimately, I really just feel like, Mark Davis is probably just like, you know what, like I'm not about to pay this guy 30 to possibly play 1 or 2 games this year, I just I just don't feel like he thought it was the best return for his $100+ million investment. So it's like,
Andy, let me ask you this real quick. My bad way, so just real fast. I want to get Andy's take on this. So you're looking at these defensive tackles on this roster, right? Lecky Fotu, Bay Area guy. You're looking at Adam Butler. We know what he can do. Jonah Lalu, Tonka Hemingway, the Rook out of South Carolina, Tank Booker, the UDFA, JJ Pegues, Zach Carter, Laki Tasi. Is there any guys on this roster right now that you think can come in and actually make up for some of that production that we could have got from a healthy Christian Wilkins? Like, who's the guy that you think is going to step up moving forward?
Well, to be honest, I mean, it's hard to say like to step up because it's like we didn't even know what we had with Christian Wilkins. We had an image of what he could be and what could have been, but it's like, I mean, to be honest, out of all the guys you name, like I don't want to put any pressure on the rookies. I think, to be honest, I've never been a fan of Tyree Wilson, and I mean, until proven otherwise, like I never will be a big fan of his because of the product that he's put out there on the field. But I think to be able to gain some of the possible production that Christian Wilkins would have had, it has to be a combination of multiple people. It has to be a combination of guys like Tyree Wilson stepping up and Jonah stepping up and those other, maybe the rookies get some burn and all that kind of stuff, because ultimately guys like Christian that are really good at their position, they do more things than what person would usually do that takes up one roster spot. Guys like Christian, when they're healthy, when they're in their prime, they can play multiple positions, and there's a lot of things that they can do that the regular or the average NFL interior defensive lineman can do or cannot do. So it's like it's got to be a collective effort. Okay. But to be honest, I really don't think that I'm not hurt about this like at all. Like it's not something that I feel like is gonna suck, because ultimately, like, for me, would I rather have a healthy Christian Wilkins or a healthy Malcolm Kuntz? I'd rather have a healthy Malcolm Kuntz. Now, if you can have both, that's amazing. But clearly you can't. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think that ultimately, this defense is gonna be disciplined regardless, and that's the most important. Because you can't have all the bonehead mistakes. So I think that regardless, this defense is going to have improvements. But realistically, what I feel like made this decision happen maybe with an easier headspace for guys like Coach Carroll that are defensive-minded coaches was because, he knows that maybe you could say that interior defensive line group is not as proven outside of Adam Butler and maybe very young and very raw. But look at that second level. That linebacker core is all veterans, bro. Like, they're all vets. They're all 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th year guys that know how to play this game inside and out. They know what it is when it comes to having to help their linemen in front of them with gap schemes and concepts and stuff like that. So I really feel like with the veteran leadership that we have at the second level with Pratt, Landon Roberts, that are really, really high productive guys.
And now Jamal
coming down.
Adams, Andy. And now Jamal Adams as well.
Jamal Adams is definitely a linebacker.
Well,
I don't think he's a safety.
I don't know. I don't know how excited you guys are, but I mean,
we're not hyped about it. But if they play him at linebacker and he makes the roster, I'm excited because he needs to be close to the line of scrimmage. He's terrible in coverage. So just put him in the box or have him stay. Just keep him close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know me. I was a Jonathan Abrams stan. I was all for Jonathan Abrams, but I mean, Jamal Adams, great. The name is exciting, but I don't.
Same thing as Devin White, right? It's the same thing as Devin White.
Yeah. I think it's a little different than Devin White, and this is why
I was more happy with Devin White. I was happier with Devin White than I was with Jamal Adams.
Because Devin White has been healthier than Jamal Adams has been. Right. So that's the thing. The skepticism about Jamal Adams is, can he stay healthy after having such a catastrophic injury? When you tear, a muscle off the bone, that's not something to scoff at. Right. Yeah. And a lot of the things that we were talking about, like Andy, like hearkening back to even Christian Wilkins. Right. I think what I was trying to convey is not the fact that he's going to be looked at as a diva. I look at it, and this is the thing with Jamal Adams, him coming here and getting a nothing contract. Do people in the NFL want to get into Christian Wilkins' business because he didn't have the surgery and he's not willing to have the surgery? That's the question, right? Most teams are going to be like, listen, this is a non-starter. You're going to have this surgery for us to get in the business of Christian Wilkins. And that's the thing that I need to ask you.
Yeah, I think that if you're getting in the business of signing Christian Wilkins, you're understanding and you have the mindset that he's not playing football this year and he didn't play football last year. So, I mean, in a way, you have to throw that in his face and put it against him. Like, hey, you're going to be out of you're gonna be out of playing football. You're not going to have live reps for 24 months. And we know you're a good player when you are healthy, but at the end of the day, you have to find a common ground there and trying to say, what, we do still believe you've got a lot of good football left in the tank, but at the same time, it's like, that's for another team to deal with. I could care less what he makes in the rest of his career. He made more than enough here. So, I mean, It is what it is. I mean, I really couldn't care less about what Christian Wilkins does in his next football chapter. I'm worried about, what can Adam Butler continue the same success and can these rookies learn under the guidance of these vets that we have in the room? That's what I'm worried about. I mean,
you have no vested interest in what he does going forward. I mean, look, at the end of the day, right, we have had a lot of resources allocated to the defensive line, if we're being honest, right? And if Malcolm Kuntz flashes the way I think he can this year, then that would be another big contract. And you can't have 35% of your cap tied up into one positional group and 4 or 5 guys. Yeah. So I think this gives the Raiders the latitude to kind of spread the wealth a little bit around the team and outfit the team in a better manner.
Yeah, and once again, if Tyree takes off,
I agree.
The good thing is you could pick up the 5th-year option. But once again, his contract is coming up here soon too. If he takes off this year, thank God you can pick up that 5th-year option. But you don't want to have a ton of money allocated there. Like if we can free up this money, it's going to help the Raiders in the long term. Does it suck to not have the talent of Christian Wilkins on this team? Definitely. But once again, would we have had that talent on this team? Even if he got the second surgery, we don't know how long he could have been out. We don't know how that would have affected him. So I like the move.
Yeah, I mean it sucks, but I mean shit. I mean whatever. It is what it is. I mean he wasn't gonna play football, so yeah. So I mean at the end of the day, like, was he really helping the team? Like if he can't play football, like how much was he helping? I agree. At the end of the day, like it was different. Kuntz got hurt in the beginning of the season. He had already made it through camp. He had already started the season when he didn't make it through camp.
No, training camp. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so it was a little bit different, but I mean, Kuntz was on a rookie deal, so he was making about $30 million less than Christian Wilkins. So I mean, there's a lot more leeway when someone's not making $30+ million a season. So I mean, it is what it is when it comes to Wilkins. I mean, yeah, would it have been great to see him, Kuntz, and Max? Of course, that would have been a dream, especially for me. I haven't seen serviceable defensive tackle play since Justin Tuck, and that man retired. When like I haven't seen shit at the defensive tackle position as a Raider fan. Like
Andy, don't disrespect. I'm tired of you for 5 years, bro. You've been disrespecting the GOAT, Solomon Thomas. You got to relax, bro.
Yeah, bro, that dude is fucking trash.
Yo. I mean, look, Warren Sapp played a hell of a defensive tackle for us when he was here, right? I mean, do you remember the Chester McLaughlin years?
Chester was my guy.
What wasn't that? But I'm saying when I was alive, I think I was probably.
I forgot, bro. I forgot how I always forget, man. That I got a pack of matches older than you.
Yo, Andy, real quick, man. Final thoughts before we get out of here, man. What do you do moving forward? Do you just kind of see what we have with the guys? Quentin Jefferson was in the building the other day. He left without a deal. Do we circle back and bring him back into the fold, or do you run with these young guys? Do you just depend on Jonah Lalu, Tonka, JJ, and those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was a surefire thing when I saw Quentin Jefferson was coming back.
Me too.
For a visit. I was like, dog. He had a great season. Maybe not great, stats wise, but him and Max, they had a lot of pressures together. They pushed the pocket. They collapsed the pocket a lot together. Then he went to Seattle with Pete Carroll. I was like, bro, like this is back, but I guess not. I don't know. Maybe his workout didn't go well, or whatever the case may be, that it didn't work out. I would have definitely loved to bring him back for sure, but I feel like we just got to look at it like nobody that we're getting at this point in time, unless we're trading for somebody, and even then, you're not going to trade for a top or a starting caliber interior defensive lineman without giving up minimum a third-round pick. Yeah. So it's like we have so many more pieces and so many more places where we need to build upon before we can start doing that, especially when we just allocated a 4th and a 5th round pick to our defensive tackle spot. So it's like, I mean, I think you kind of just play it out, hope for the best, which is a little bit scary, hoping for the best on a position group like interior defensive tackles, where, I mean, that shit, your run defense could be horrible.
I think they trust Adam Butler. I think they trust Adam Butler a ton. I think they expect him to take a massive jump, even from last year where he played really well for us. I think that's going to be the guy that they're looking at to be that veteran presence in the middle of that defensive line.
From a run stopping perspective, right? But I think that the guy that you're gonna, kind of point to is Tyree Wilson, right? Like Tyree Wilson is a guy that has an elite bull rush, big, strong, physical guy. So when you're looking for the guy that's going to be that pass rush presence in the middle of this defense, expect for Tyree Wilson to get 60% of the snaps.
He played the run well last year. Wasted.
He definitely did. And this is the thing, man. For me, I think this is definitely a trial by fire for Tyree Wilson. This is a chance for the Raiders to really see what they have in this guy, and if they're going to pick up his 5th-year option. A lot of times when you have these players that are on the fence, you kind of don't really get that definitive chance to see what they're really about, right? And then sometimes you release them and they do well and they go into greener pastures, and other times, you've made the right decision. I think if nothing else, this is a great opportunity for Tyree Wilson to get an elite amount of snaps, because this is a guy who came into the league with an injury issue, had injury issues, and hasn't been able to get the snaps that he needs. And Andy, just as well as anybody, your availability is your ability, and also actually playing the game is how you get better. And I don't think that the referendum on who Tyree Wilson is as a player is out. I think there are a lot of positive things. And me, I went absolutely nuts when we drafted Tyree Wilson, right? I wasn't in favor of it. But when I see Tyree Wilson, I see a kid who's working hard, he's in good shape, and he cares. So and then he has the physical ability. So that's the recipe for success right there. And I think that, the metric for success can't be what Jalen Carter is. It has to be how that fits in the framework of how the Raiders, how well he plays for us.
Yeah, no, I agree, brother. Hey, man, salute to everybody here in the building. We still got over 3,500 people in here. We're going to head out of here, y'all. Once again, salute to everybody here in the building. Salute to Andy, man, little bro, for pulling up. We definitely got to get you out more, man, on these shows. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history, as always. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button. A lot of new names in the building. Breaking news, the Raiders have released Christian Wilkins. It looks as though this is going to be a situation that's going to take some time here, in terms of trying to figure out if we're going to get the guaranteed money back, or if the filed grievance from Wilkins and his team spark in their favor. We shall see. It's going to take some time. But Andy, man, love you, bro. I'm going to catch up with you soon.
Same, brother.
Yeah, and me and Big Mike, you guys will be live tomorrow talking about training camp. So stay tuned for that. We'll be live on my channel and Big Mike's channel. Salute, man. Once again, you guys, let's not treat this as a situation where we're freaking out. I think this was the right move to make. He wasn't going to be available this year anyway, it sounds like, and it doesn't seem like he was trying to go about the proper protocol in order to get it done to be there for us in the near future. So it is what it is, man. Wasted on the way out. Anything?
Hey, man, salute to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us for like almost 3 hours, man. It is greatly appreciated. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe on both channels. We need it, right? Hit that like, hit that thumbs up, tell a friend to tell a friend, share this thing out to all social media. And for everyone who has something negative to say in the chat, F you with a sick, diseased, you know what.
Dang-a-lang. Salute to Terrell Cooper on the way out, too. The show was yesterday. Check it out. We just don't have a Chargers guy right now. We're just doing the Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos thing on the AFC West show. But we will have some guys rotating in and out on the show with this on the AFC West thing this season. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, man, as always, man, we love and appreciate all you guys. I will see you tomorrow with Big Mike, and Wasted will definitely be doing something as well. So stay tuned for that. We are out. One.